Namaste and a very good morning to you all. This is Gaurav Sharma. I'm a student of Central University of Haryana. I'm a student there in Journalism and Mass Communication Department. As a student, I have been assigned the task to make a video on the topic digital divide. This is a topic of which came out from new media, and we are going to discuss on this topic more by the help of a PPT. So let's quickly jump into that PPT. Okay, so we are going to talk about various things here. This is the table of contents, a brief description about digital divide, its types. There are several types of digital divide. We are going to discuss about those types. Third one is the causes, the various causes of digital divide, and fourth is the determinants, various determinant factors of digital divide, and the fifth is the impact. What impact does digital divide have on various sectors? So we are going to have a look on all these 5 contents of digital divide. Okay, so let's start with about digital divide. The term digital divide was introduced in the mid of 1990s and defined as the gap separating those who have access to new form of information technology from those who do not. The idea of the digital divide refers to the growing gap between the unprivileged members of society, especially the poor, the rural, elderly and handicapped portion of the population who do not have access to computers or the internet. Well, yes, you can easily understand the digital divide is the difference between those who have access to the internet and those who don't have. So let's know more about it. What digital inequality is evident between the communities living in urban areas and those living in rural settlements. The socio-economic groups, less economically developed countries and more economically developed countries, the educated and uneducated people. And there are several factors which are included in these 4 inequality factors that we have discussed here. So let's move on to our next slide, types of digital divide. So the first type is gender divide. Men in low income countries are more likely to own a mobile phone in comparison to women. Even women owning mobile phone are very less in number in comparison to men. If you will look at a country, then you will see that most of the people who are using mobile phone are men and very less women. And maybe they are not using it because they don't know how to use it, or maybe they don't want it to, and there are many more reasons behind it. But still, if we will talk about digital divide, then you will realize that if those who are owning a mobile phone are not using internet in it, maybe they have fear of something that you can say that fear of unknown, they don't know, they do not have a proper education or knowledge about how to use internet, or they don't want to do because they are totally unaware about its use. But growth of the country, most of the women have already started using it, and I believe those who weren't will also start using the internet. So this is part of gender divide, that is still it's the domination by the men who are using mobile phone in far much number in comparison to women. Even if you will look at the low income countries also, or mid income countries, the women are still not using internet there. So that is gender divide. Okay, the second type of digital divide is social divide. So we say that internet access creates relationship and social circles among people with shared interests. For example, social media platforms like Twitter and Facebook create online peer groups based on similar interests. More than ever, internet uses has influenced social stratification, which is evident in society among those that are connected to the internet and those that are not connected. Non-connected groups are sidelined since they don't share in the interest benefits of the connected group. So, in an easy way, if I will describe social divide, is like social divide creates a separation between those who are taking help of various social networking sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, uh, while others who are not using these sites. So it creates a separation between them because those people who are taking the help of information communication technology (ICT) are getting a lead in comparison to those who are not taking those help. So they can easily connect to their peer ones, to their social part. So it creates a group between those who are using it within the society, the internet, and those who are not. Well, the third one is the most important type of digital divide. It's global access divide. Why it is known as global access divide? Because some part of the world will remain segregated from the internet and its vast potential due to lack of digital literacy, still maybe low education levels and inadequate broadband infrastructure. So you can see that people who don't have the literacy about how to go digitally, how to use internet, and what are their, or maybe they don't have the education level about the advantages of internet, how they can utilize internet for their own good, for the good of the society, for the sake of their family or for the nation, and maybe the inadequate broadband infrastructure, because in various countries you will realize that various rural places and villages, it is tough to provide internet access there due to many reasons. So that is part of global access divide. Okay, I have added one more slide here, that is example of digital divide. This example will help you clarify more about digital divide. I call the girl as rural girl and boy as urban boy. The girl is born in a poor family and she don't know how to use internet, but she wanted to promote her father because she wanted that her father will do well in farming business. So, but she don't know how to use internet, and that's why she can't help her father. While in comparison to it, there is a boy from urban area who, unlike the rural girl, he learned and he has skills and he know how to use internet and he has digital literacy, and he was born in a rich class family, so he can easily help his father in growing his father's business online by the help of digital marketing or by the help of various e-resources available online. Okay, so let's move on to our next slide, and that is causes of digital divide. Okay, so the first cause for the digital divide is education. Okay, we can say that education is a significant investment in healing the digital divide. Low literacy levels are widening the digital inequality gap. College degree holders are perceived to be 10 times more likely to tap into full potential of the internet and computers in their day-to-day lives compared to individuals with high school education or lower. Okay, so it is always okay. So the thing is, like, if you are in college or in university, then you should be 10 times more advanced than those kids who are still studying in school. So you have to upgrade your skills. The second cause of digital divide is level of income. Okay, so you will realize that the income gap also plays a major role in magnifying the digital divide. For example, that a person who is earning a very high salary and a person who is earning a low salary. So the person who is having a high salary, then he can easily provide, broadband service at his home. He can easily get high GB data. While in comparison to those who have very less amount of income or less level of income, they can't afford broadband at his home. And the third one is geographical restrictions. So more economically developed countries have access to a wide variety of technology and high-speed broadband connection because of the richness of their economies. Less economically developed countries lack the necessary technology and infrastructure to set up a high-speed internet connection. In country, geographical restrictions also widen the digital divide. Urban regions are more likely to have 4G or fiber optic internet that is still provided, that is right now, which is providing by Airtel. Okay, and various other and Geo fiber also. Okay, and then if we compare it to rural or mountainous zones, because it is tough to provide these facilities like fiber optic internet, etc. The next one is motivation and general interest. There is portion of the global population that has the necessary income, education and computer literacy, but have zero interest to learn about computers and the potential of the internet. Some view it as a luxury, another group finds it complicated to comprehend. So if you will realize, if you will go into the market, you will realize that there are people who have a sweet shop and they are very rich. They have everything, money, they maybe some of those have education also, but they find internet as distractions. They usually don't use it. So it's about the motivation and the general interest if they would like to take the help of ICT or not. Okay, the next point is digital literacy. Developed nations have more comprehensive access to computers among other devices and high-speed internet connections. Students who attend schools with sufficient computers and learn necessary digital skills have an upper advantage over the students who are exposed to these technologies at an early age. The lack of physical access to technology, especially in developing countries, widens the gap between the information rich and information poor. The thing here is like that if you will look at a student who is studying in a rural area or a village, and if you comparison it to the student who is living in a urban area, so you will find a very big gap between the literacy of internet between these two guys, because the guy who is living, the student who is studying in a urban area school is far much better than in comparison to the rural area, because he have easy access to the internet, he has all those qualities, and he has friends who make him inform about the things, about the latest technology, and he is more digitally literate in comparison to that. This increased digital divide gap. Okay, with this, let's move on to our next slide, that is determinants of digital divide, which will help you and tell you about the various determinants of digital divide. You can, as I already informed you, knowledge and skills, which are very important part, then institutional structure and type of government, because it is very important that the institutional structure is very good to provide the information about ICT, that is providing internet access. For example, our University Central Institute of Haryana is providing various e-resources and provide the availability of internet, free Wi-Fi there. So, and in comparison to other universities who are not providing, so that is a digital divide. And the third factor is a psychological factor and culture. There are various culture who actually don't allow you to use internet because they think that that is not part of their culture. They try to stop you there. So that is a psychological thing or psychological factor that usually comes in people's mind. So that is part of digital divide. The next thing is price, speed and quality of service. You will realize that there are several people who are using broadband but they are not getting good speed, or maybe they do not have the plan. They have the 399 or 499 in comparison to those who are having a very good plan and they are availing the high speed services there from the various telecommunication department services. And the other thing is socio-economic status. That is also very important part of digital divide. That is an important determinant of digital divide. Next, move on to the next slide. This is the impact of the digital divide. Okay, so what are the impacts that the digital divide have on the various sectors? Okay, let's discuss one by one about those. First one is on the economy. Well, telecommunication services boost economic growth. Broad use of internet enables an economically productive nation. People can engage in online shopping, eliminating the hustle of commuter traffic, paperless transaction, or a convenient approach to creating economic empowerment. Okay, so you easily can understand that on economy it has a good impact because things are going paperless, less cut of trees. Another thing is online shopping. You can easily shop anything if you wanted to buy grocery. Even at this time of Corona, you can easily go to sites like Grofers or DMart and various other sites where you can easily buy or buy the essential food or household goods for you guys without going outside. The guy will provide you these services at home. So these companies will provide you services at home. So this is a very good impact on the economy. Well, the next impact it got is on the education. Well, if you talk about digital divide, the student or the people who are having internet access can easily get e-resources. For example, the students of CUH can easily get e-resources online. They can easily get it from the Granthalaya, the e-library that we have. By the help of your putting your roll number, you can easily get several books and you can easily read out from there. While in comparison to others who don't have internet access or who are studying in other universities can't have that access, they can't read it. So they are lacking in knowledge in comparison to those who have internet access. So that is a very big impact because of digital divide on education. The third one is on social spheres. Social sphere, when you talk about social spheres, it includes various platforms like Facebook, Instagram, or Google Hangout or Meet. Okay, because it builds relationship and connect us to family and friends. We can access information faster than relying on traditional newspaper. You can easily read news and you can easily get information. Okay, so on social, when we talk about social sphere, it includes all the social networking sites so that we can easily connect to anywhere in the world, and you can easily send your resume to the big companies which maybe are not in India or which maybe are out. So it is like a part of social spheres. You can easily connect with anyone by the help of it. So that is a big impact by the help of digital divide. The last one is on the society. The digital divide has contributed to the segregation of individuals in the society, including ethnicity, age, race, and gender. You will realize that people who have a very older age do not use internet or maybe not interested in using internet, while in comparison to those of young age who are actually more likely to use internet. Technology creates new alignments among individuals with access to the internet and those without access. Those with the limited access continue to lag, hindering their growth and development. As this is the impact of digital divide on society. Okay, that's all for now. Thank you. Well, before leaving, I would like to give credit for this presentation template, which was created by Slideshow, including icons by Platicon and infographics and images by Freepik. I have used my graph that I have created by myself also in this PPT. Also with this, I am going to end this presentation, and I'm also stating my various links here. That is, first one is gaurav.pinksy@gmail.com. That is on my Gmail link, and then Talking Designer, that's my blogspot link. You can easily read my blogs out there. The third one is Twitter, my Twitter link. You can follow out me there, and stay safe in the time of Corona. Thank you for now. Now I would like to take your leave. I hope you like this video, and thank you so much.